What's up, people? I'm doing something a little different here today. You can see behind me here, this is our farm field that we kind of hunt around. We lease the property on both sides of it, and our 40 is on the bottom side of the field. But up here is one of our areas that are going to be turned into a food plot. There's a stand in that little corner pine, which we're going to move into that one there. Thinking about actually mounding up some dirt along this edge here so that the deer can stay in that food plot and feel comfortable. Because they bed all down in there. There's this big bowl here. They bed on the other side of it, and there's several of those bowls. We're out that hardwoods there. And what we've been doing is changing our access so that we're not walking through the middle of that hardwoods anymore. Everything we do comes from the outside in. We actually lease another property on the other side of this hardwoods. That hardwoods is probably, 30 acres. There's a 20 that we have access to that we lease, that we kitty corner in from the other side. So we can basically get in, two ways, kind of three, including from our 40. But what I'm doing here today is I'm going to bring you up to where we just put a food plot in last year, and it didn't take well because we didn't have much rain. But we're going to be moving in. We're moving a stand location in here this year. I'll show you where it's at now, what we're kind of doing, and just walk through the property here as I'm going to go cut a trail and show you a few things we have going on. This is what I call the new hardwoods food plot. We just cleared this area last year. We had a little bit of stuff come up, but we needed to plant clover instead of whatever we threw in here. But the deer end up a lot of times walking along this eastern part of this because they're kind of looping along the edge, inner side of a big field area, and they're not going out there. And we originally put the stand up in this big pine tree because it's great cover, but the deer were walking out right here, downwind. And they'd be walking out to this food plot here, hitting my mock scrape right here, and then eventually making their way up along that way and then out into the hardwoods where they'd cut that way. So we're gonna have to move the stand this year, or maybe even keep that there for a different wind, but we're gonna end up moving it, I believe, behind this wood pile over here. So that was all nice access coming in from the trail we already have that I just walked in on. Sneak up the back side of it, and there should be deer bedding, 100 yards that way, 100 yards in any direction here, because there's a big bowl that drops off there, a big bowl that drops off there, one behind it, and then my brother's stands are way on the other side of this hardwoods here. So this year we ended up taking down these front brushy trees here to get more light to come in, so we do have a lot more exposure for sunlight here. You never know, could be even deer bedding real close to the plot. So hopefully this comes in this year. And right now what I have to do is actually cut a trail from the big field out there. There's another stand that's south of here that I want to try to move over a little bit so that it's out of the way of where the deer can see it. So that's the plan, just continuously improving on things and trying to tweak them to make them better. My scrape here's hung up. So I was just trying to find a spot to get a trail through here, and never ceases to amaze me when I go to a spot on the property where I haven't really gone to very often, or maybe never. You end up finding something crazy. Here's a deadhead. They've been here for a while. Looks like they've been chewing on them, but unbelievable. Wow. There's the buck, leg bones, the rest of them over here. It's been here for a few years, but I don't know if he was shot or what ended up happening, but he died up here. Right underneath this big old white pine. Right where you think a deer would lay a few on. It's a perfect little thermal hub in here. Everything comes together. Alright, I think that's going to be the new tree right here. Found that dead buck 20 yards underneath that pine tree, but I'd like to be able to get up over here and look down this ridge. My brother shot a nice one over here a couple years ago out of his stand up over that way. You can almost see it through here. Less than 100 yards probably. Those deer bed just behind it and all up over there, so should be good. Alright, so I just want to come out here and explain a few things. So right behind me here is a 1 acre food plot of ours, and right down over here is our deer pond. I don't know if you can see it, but this is like kind of the kid stand that's going to get tore down this year. Something else up over here, but I've been watching a lot of Tony the Pratt trying to figure out this concept of dividing this food plots up. Maybe I think coming up here. So I'm still going to keep like a kill plot in this general area, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is mounding the end of this, where this corn is basically, mounding that up, and then so it separates that whole area there by the pond, the whole grassy area, all just separated, and you can't see it then from across the way. So anything that's in this food plot up in this little section can't be seen. And then I'm going to put another mound going across so that cuts off the field down there. And then on the very far end, I'm probably going to mound that up as well so that it protects the food plot area from the big food being viewed from there. So all these spots are going to have their own little roughly 1/3 acre area, and just trying to figure out a way to do this so that it's basically instant instead of having to try to get grasses or divide it up by some other form or fashion like planting things. Conifers take 10-12 years to mature, so I don't really want to wait for that. My dad's he's about 60. He'd like to get something done right away too, so I think we're going to mound this up with the tractor, mound it up over here, mound it on the end, and basically try to direct traffic because these deer are bedding right in the middle of this. They're coming out here, and they're coming up from the neighbors, and I think that's going to be the plan. So watch for some videos to come of us, turning this land into a big piece of Play-Doh and forming it the way we want. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Can't believe I found that deadhead today, but maybe there's more antlers to come. There's got a little water in it. Last thing I'm going to do is right here, I got some old bedding that I put in, some hedge cuts and stuff. I just want to go in and clean it back up. It's been a couple years since I took it down. I'm going to clean this trail up so the deer are going to come back in here and use it again this year. Thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it's a little bit informative anyway. Trying to give you an idea of what we're doing out on the property, and I do a ton of deer management. It's one of my biggest passions, and hopefully I can bring you guys some more videos of what we're kind of doing and I guess my mindset on our property and what we're sort of trying to accomplish to get bigger bucks and more deer. We got about 8 people that hunt out there on about 150 acres or so. Bow and gun, kind of a mix all year long. typically not everyone there at the same time, but a bittersweet day to find this thing. Sad because someone didn't find it during the season a couple of years ago or whenever it was, but it's nice to know that they're there and out there. And I did come up on a new buck bed that I thought maybe was there, but I guess this is one way to confirm that. So if you guys have any comments, like, subscribe, please comment on the bottom. Any questions about deer management, I'm happy to try to help and answer them. And good luck this season, and we'll have more videos coming. Thanks for watching.